Yo, what's up with it once again? People, humanity, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls, and as always, otakus, Nikki, Komori's out there. This is Nintendo Sony Free 2011, aka Manual Wolverine. And of course, you guys are invested in intros and outros towards this channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Speaking of Twitter, as of recording this video, I finally made a second account since I think it's going to be this Saturday or Sunday when I get my account back because of the fucking nasty shit that I said, which I still, in my own personal defense, I didn't say nothing wrong. All I said is that this one rapper, R&B, Cardi B or whatever, she had some nice big titties and a nice ass, but she's still kind of a cunt little ghetto-ass fucking whore motherfucker. I don't think that's offensive at all. Because the shit that I grew up in, I'm not going to say it was like the real ghetto places like Detroit, Michigan, or the real big infamous places like in California, like Inglewood, Compton, California, like places like that. Or like Crenshaw Heights, like it wasn't that bad to the point where there were shootings all the time. There were a few drive-by shootings, but not as bad as other real ghetto, low poverty like classes of people where they live at. Like really were at. But anyways, hopefully I don't have to do a two-part in this video. I apologize if I do in rants. I'm a little late to this. Oh, and also before I begin real quick, I wanted to say something up while I have you guys here. Oh man. There was another news topic I really fucking wanted to talk about. I wanted to get more into depth with it, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do that. So, without further ado on that, yeah, long story short, it was going to be something about, I don't think it was going to be about Marvel. It was going to be about this one streamer chick. I know it's like over a week old, probably like 2 weeks old, and I didn't really want to talk about it no more. Because I already talked about that chick that threw her cat or whatever and gave it or sipped it vodka in its mouth. That chick, Annie Liddy, the one that was a real big Twitch streamer. I know I think her Elgato gaming sponsorship, I think they took that away from her. So it's literally the only thing that they took away from her. Other than that, she's still, she's pretty unfortunate she's able to do as she pleases on fucking Twitch. Because we're in a day and age right now where women, unfortunately, they're slowly starting, not exactly right away, but they're slowly starting, unfortunately, not to try to get too much into bullshit politics or any of that shit, but especially when it comes to political power and all that garbage, they're starting to rise up into power in this country, in the United States. Probably Canada, too. I don't know how it's going to be in other countries. I think men still do have more a dominant power in other countries compared to the United States. I mean, we still kind of do when it comes to, the whole alpha male thing. I mean, I really don't follow that sort of thing, too, because, I really don't want to, like, especially when I used to, way back in the day, when I was still, like, in middle school and high school at the time, I never hung out with a lot of, like, the jocks or any of the basketball, football players, because a lot of them were douchebag pieces of shit most of the time, and I wasn't that type of person. I'll admit sometimes in my videos I might sound like an asshole half the time, but off camera, I'm, like, the coolest, nicest person in the world. I'll get along with literally almost anybody. Almost. In middle school and high school, oh god. The only two people I never really got along with, for personal reasons, was any of the football players and the fucking basketball players. Not because I was a nerd or a geek or anything like that, because I knew how to fight. I knew how to fuck people up when I was still going to school at the time. And I didn't get really sent to the office that much, because luckily I was able to get away with it a lot, thank God. Of course, I can't do that now as a 30-year-old man, because I'll go straight to prison, obviously, for like 7-10 years. Anyways, there was another thing I wanted to talk about before getting this. There was this thing a couple days ago. Holy fucking hell. This is how you know we're almost in the year 2020 when the year of technology is supposed to be really booming like a motherfucker. Literally a couple days ago. I think it was like this was in France or England this shit happened. Because I heard the other day this happened in England. If any people have ever dreamed about hovercrafts and like hovercraft skateboards being a real thing, it's officially a real fucking thing. Finally. Ever since I was about, 6, 7, 8 years old as a 90s kid, I've always wanted this shit to be real. And now, we're almost in 2020, another couple more months from now. We know we're still in 2019 right now, but it's awesome as fuck to see this shit become a real fucking thing. Holy hell. I'll leave the links to the articles down below. I know in France, I think they were starting to like test it out as like military weaponized, like sort of like self-tactical defense sort of like weapons and shit for their country, for France. And I think England are trying to make it into like a transportation sort of device. So that's pretty fucking badass. I know the rich people are probably going to get their hands on it first. Maybe in a couple more years down the line, they'll start being used for us regular people. That'd be awesome. Anyways, let's get into this news. So, CyberPunk2077 caught up in mistranslated religious controversy. You kind of know how I am when it comes to religion. I mean, I'm not going to get too much into it, but when I was still living in the household with my parents, especially my dad, my mom, not as much, but my dad, he was kind of an asshole piece of shit half the time, to be honest with you. Half the time. The other time, he was alright, but for the most part, he was kind of a dick when it came to religion, especially Christianity. Oh my god. I've had nightmares to deal with that shit. Luckily, since it's been about 10, 11 years since I've left my parents' place, I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. I'll still say hi or what's up to them once every month or two, but most of the time I don't really see them because they got their own fucking life they gotta live. So this comes from Connor Mitchell from Keen Gamer. Hopefully I don't have to do a two-parter on this. So CyberPunk2077 has been caught in a controversy, this time involving the subjects of religion and its place in the games. The issue comes from way back in a mistranslated interview with a Polish news website, Grey Online. With WP Cyberpunk 2077 will release April 16, 2020. And then I got some Grand Theft Auto 5 news, which it's not really good news, which kind of sucks. This isn't as bad as that other one. So it says, Cyberpunk 2077 has found it difficult to avoid controversy since it's showing at E3. Its most recent fracas involves an interview with the Polish news website Grey Online, WP. In what would transpire to be a mistranslated comment, CD Projekt Quest designer Mezuki Tozo-Mizawaki's, hopefully I'm saying that right, I probably butchered that name real bad, was believed to say on the subject of religion that Cyberpunk 2077 will not avoid the subject, even if they may offend the sensitivity of some, unquote. Thanks to an independent translation from IGN and a corroborated translation for the CDPR themselves, the more accurate version is a culturalative version of the interview has been found. CD Projekt Red hasn't spoke to much about religious elements playing a part in the main story of Cyberpunk 2077. The correct English translation for the interview is in question, can be found below. Oh, I went a little too far there. Hold on. Let's go back up real quick. Let me get a drink real fast. Hold on. I don't know why, but I have been thirsty for some Propel water. I don't know why. It just comes natural to me for some reason. Hold on. It's a little bit more. Alright. Grey Online WP. You mentioned religion, right? Do you still think that it exists in the cyberpunk world? This is from CD Projekt Red themselves. It says, yes, and in many forms. As I mentioned, our vision is somehow based on the real world. And religion is very important in the part of the latter, society-wise. In our game, we are going to see, for example, Christianity and its different branches of religions from the East. Grey Online says, sounds controversial. Someone will enter a church to cause havoc. And then, of course, CD Projekt Red says, we do not want to avoid religious aspect as a topic. Authenticity of the world is what counts for us. Technically, the situation you mentioned is possible, but for the idea, but this is all about the choices that are made with the player. We won't encourage the player to do so in our quest to involve religious themes and make sure that there's no disrespect. This is as far as I'm going to read. I don't know if there's any more left on the bottom, but if there is, links down below if you want to read it. And there's a video down there if you want to watch that, even though it's old as hell. So it also goes on to say, with cultural and political sensitivity becoming a hot topic in the gaming industry, simple translations mistakes like that can have a detrimental impact on developers and the games that they create. CDPR also has to deal with the accusations of transphobia in the past. Absolute fucking bullshit. I don't believe that in the slightest, but I'll get to that in a second. Thankfully, the issue has been cleared, but can Cyberpunk 2077 avoid more controversy before it's released next April? Let's hope so. Regardless, I'm very excited to get my hands on this game. So, overall thoughts, views, and opinions. This game, to be honest, I know it was a game from, I think, 1991 or 94, which I had no idea what was going on. I was like about 2, maybe 5, 6 years old. I don't remember, but it was a game for PC. I never played it because I didn't even have a PC until I was literally like 13. And then now I hear a lot of kids that are like 5, 6 years old. They're already going on the internet so early. Because I will admit, as a 90s kid, there was internet at the time in the 90s, but it was a whole other different place. The only thing that was closest to social media in the 90s, I remember this very vividly, was there was IM chat rooms or real private chat rooms you could get into, which was from videos from AOL or Yahoo or some other website. I was pretty much underground. And I will say this, if they're going to put any religious aspects into this game for CyberPunk 2077, that shit better be very, very discreet and it better not have any at all. Just fucking saying, just fucking putting it out there because I cannot stand every fiber of my fucking being. I just can't stand religion. It's just a censorship to everything that you can do in the world. And I've never liked that concept ever. And as a 30-year-old man now, is in almost the 2020s pretty soon, I'll say this. I mean, if you guys like your religion, more power to you. I just don't really give a fuck about it. I'm sorry. So this one comes from Grand Theft Auto Online's new casino is limited by gambling laws in some countries. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of this, but I'm going to try to read it as quick as I can, and I'm not going to be able to do my outro, unfortunately. So this comes from Alyssa McClune. Got a credit card. This is from Game Metsuru. I think Gamma Sutra. So it says the video gaming industry recent run-ins with gambling laws has most involved a conversations about loot boxes, such as in the UK's ongoing committed discussions on the topic, but Rockstar's launch for the full casino in Grand Theft Auto Online calls out for the attention of complications developers negative, including the indisputable gamblings in their online games. The Diamond Casino opened its doors in GTA Online this week, but players are reporting that not all the new content is available for every country, due to the region restrictions on online gambling. According to VG247, Reddit users have put together a crowdsourced list of countries in the game's casino features that aren't accessible, including places like Poland, Portugal, and South Africa. If this all sounds a little bit familiar, you may recall the Grand Theft Auto developer Rockstar put similar restrictions into place earlier this year with Red Dead Redemption 2 online mode launch. Despite those online games of chance with using no premium currency, Red Dead Online does offer a premium currency, but those gold bars can't be directly converted to dollar bills. The same is only technically true for Grand Theft Auto Online's new Diamond Casino. In the game, players convert in-game cash to chips for the use at the casinos, and the chips can't directly be purchased with real-world money. However, the regular in-game currency can be bought through microtransactions, making GTA Online's gamble legally murky in activities of some places, despite the fact that casinos winning can't be converted into real-world money in any way. On Rockstar's part, the company supports FAQ loosely explains some of the countries and regions that aren't able to partake in the GTA Online's new content. It is the same answer for those that are some answer that was created around the time when at the time of Red Dead Online's launch, but the updated for this week casino has been updated for GTA Online. So it says, quote, certain features are not available at the time for all players. This can occur for a number of reasons, including regional restrictions, game design, and the incompatibility between features you are interacting with. So, overall thoughts, views, and opinions. You already know how I felt about microtransactions since day fucking one. You know for a fact I'm completely against them. I hate the shit out of them. You know, granted, this is somebody that plays Pokemon Go, even though it does have a little bit of microtransaction if you want to keep getting more Pokeballs and getting more like badges and shit like that and more potions, etc. I've never used it. I've always been a free-to-play player. I've never spent a real-life dime on that motherfucker ever. You could take that as a fact, too. And to see Rockstar Games going this low, it's pretty fucking sad, to be honest. This is a game I absolutely, as a company, I've had the absolute top level of respect for since GTA 2. GTA 1, unfortunately, I never got to play, but GTA Grand Theft Auto 2, all the way up to now, I've always been a huge Rockstar fan. Next to Pokemon and Star Wars, Grand Theft Auto's franchises was literally my third favorite video game series of all fucking time. So I've always loved the GTA universe. It's something about it that always had a really good charm to me. I absolutely love the shit out of this game. And to see it start using grimy ass microtransaction and loot box fucking methods to fuck people over with their money, absolute bullshit. I'm sorry, Rockstar, but you kind of lost a little respect for me there. With that being said, that's all I gotta say for now, and I'm done. Links to the description box down below, cards on the side, I'm done. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls. We'll talk to you emojis out there. We'll see you when I see you. You guys have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're at in the universe out there. Stay tuned for more video game industry news, anime manga news, internet news. That's all I gotta say for now. Peace out. I am on Sauerkraut. Laters are gonna buy. I'll see all you people on the flip side. Peace.